Meghan Markle can't seem to catch a break, or maybe she's just catching lawsuits now. Word on the street is that Emma Thynn, the Marchioness of Bath, might be lawyering up over Meghan's upcoming, and now mysteriously delayed, Netflix cooking show. Apparently, Meghan's show smells a little too much like Emma's. According to a blind item, Emma had a powwow with her legal team on January the 15th. The topic? Suing a streamer service over a program they're teasing. Gee, I wonder which streaming giant with a history of bad decisions that could be. Netflix, maybe? And could this be why Meghan's cooking show is suddenly in the fridge? Coincidence? Doubt it. First of all, Netflix, what are you doing? Hiring the Duchess of Disaster and her sidekick Harold was bold enough, but letting them cook on camera? Who approved this? Clowns everywhere are offended by the comparison. At least clowns know how to entertain, have decent makeup, and don't swipe their shoes from charity bins. The trailer for Meghan's show was met with waves of backlash. Who could have predicted that the public wasn't clamouring for a royal-flavoured cooking tutorial? Oh wait, everyone except Netflix saw this coming. Rumour has it the show is now conveniently delayed because of the California wildfires. Sure, Jane. More like they needed an excuse to stop the bleeding after that disastrous teaser. Now, let's talk about Emma Thynn. A billionaire marchioness with a cooking show of her own, Emma's likely fuming at Meghan's alleged copycat behaviour. Can we blame her? Imagine pouring your heart into a show only to have it borrowed by Madam Meghan. It's like being in the Great British Bake Off, only to have someone swap your Victoria sponge for a soggy bottomed knockoff. But what's Emma suing for? There are only so many ways to host a tea party. Do we need another show where someone sips Earl Grey, nibbles on scones, and tells us to live, laugh, love? Unless Meghan is straight up copying Emma's recipes or signature catchphrases, this could be a tough case to win. Still, Emma doesn't need to win in court. With her high society connections and a few friends in very high places, she could make Meghan's life difficult in ways that don't involve lawyers. A quiet word in the right ear could do the trick. Or Emma could just do what most people seem to be doing these days. Ignore Meghan altogether. Speaking of Netflix, why didn't they learn from their last debacle with Harry and Meghan? Remember their documentary? It had a 90% dislike ratio and thousands of snarky comments. Sure, people hate-watched it, but is that really the legacy you want, Netflix? Apparently, yes. Now they're doubling down on this train wreck by backing a show that's already stirring up legal drama before it even airs. You'd think Netflix would realise that viewers are more interested in popcorn-worthy lawsuits than in watching Meghan fumble through a recipe. If Netflix wants to save face, they should shelve Meghan's show and greenlight one for Emma instead. Call it The Real Thing and load it with actual talent and charm. Maybe throw in some guest stars who know their way around a kitchen and aren't trying to rehab their image with every appearance. As for Meghan, maybe it's time to hang up the apron and take a step back. In the end, this whole fiasco might end up benefiting Emma more than anyone. She's getting priceless PR without lifting a finger. As for Netflix and Meghan, well, let's just say they're not exactly cooking up a storm, more like a recipe for disaster.